VitalHoops is for the culture.
Peace, everybody. Welcome to the Vital Hoops Podcast. My name is Fernando Cardenas, aka International XB. This is episode number 42. For those of you listening that cannot see, I got the new setup over here. But yeah, all right. There's a couple things I want to, touch on today. I'm gonna begin with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, right? His documentary. So for those of you listening who cannot see, I am rocking my Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf jersey from the Big Three. So much respect to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. So listen, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, I have spoken about his situation in previous episodes. Definitely an amazing player and someone who stood for something. That's why he got boycotted. He got blackballed out of the NBA. And so recently, his documentary came out, which I had a chance to check out, and it was a very good documentary. And his documentary is now not available, right? So Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf took it to Instagram, and I want to read his message, right? I want to read what he put on Instagram. He said, "My documentary, Stand, premiered on Showtime in February with stars such as Steph Curry, Ice Cube, Shaquille O'Neal, and it was directed by award-winning director Jocelyn Rose. And it was received well in the press by All the Smoke, Showtime Sports, Showtime Basketball, Paramount Plus, and it has been now available for months." He goes on to say, "Showtime directly messaged me saying that the NBA were the reason it was being held up," meaning his documentary. "None of this surprises me. You were probably hoping I would be silent. You and I know that would be out of character. The documentary you supported is called Stand. It would be appreciated if you could stand for what's right and clear this up. I'm constantly being asked about the documentary from people on the street and in the industry. So still waiting. By the way, NBA, many of my speaking and training engagements are being affected because of the inability to access the documentary, which for some organizations is a selling point, like Craig Hodges' documentary, You Refuse to Free Up." So apparently this says directly that same thing is happening to Craig Hodges, right? So the NBA is involved in all of this. This to me shows the true colors of the NBA. It's nothing new. We knew when the whole Colin Kaepernick thing happened, right? There was 0 athletes in the NBA that took a knee. 0 athletes that sat down during the anthem, right? The NBA always try to come up with different things, this and that. But the NBA tries to act like they're such a players' league. But now we're seeing things like this, right? And it's nothing new. We've seen the Donald Sterlings. We've seen, and that's regular shit. It happens all the time. It's just Donald Sterling got caught, right? But so that's one thing. I hope somehow Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf finds a way to bring his documentary back on the air. And also, no respect for Showtime Basketball. They like to talk about the culture and all that. You know how it is here at Vital Hoops. We say we for the culture. When we talk about the culture, it means the culture, which the culture has to be for the people. Okay, it's not about the black elites. It's not about the elite. That's not the culture. Okay, the culture is for the people. So if you're doing things like that, don't be claiming to be for the culture. Showtime Basketball, you're listening to the NBA because they're saying something and now the documentary is off air. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down with that. So it's a shame Showtime Basketball is doing that. It's a shame the NBA is doing that. And like I said, respect to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I hope the documentary can find its way to the people. Stand. All right. There's another thing that happened recently. We all know October 7th, right? With the Hamas thing, right? And I have a huge problem again with the NBA on this, okay? Because the NBA has found a way to keep it basketball, right? There's a bunch of shit going on around the world. We live in a world of oppression, so there's constantly negative things happening, right? The NBA finds a way to keep it basketball. They don't get political, at least not publicly. We know how things work, right? But they released a statement after October 7th. And I kind of expect that from the NBA, but it's worse to see it also from the NBPA, which is supposed to be the players, right? So it reads, the NBA and NBPA mourn the horrific loss of life in Israel and condemn the acts of terrorism. We stand with the people of Israel and pray for peace for the entire region. That's the NBA and NBPA with their stand, okay? Now, LeBron James, same thing, his company with Maverick Carter, Spring Hill Company. They say the devastation in Israel is tragic and unacceptable. The murder and violence against innocent people by Hamas is terrorism. The Spring Hill Company family sends our deepest condolences to Israel and the Jewish community. We pray for peace in the region and reiterate our continued commitment to fight hate in all its forms. We all must work to ensure this tragedy does not spread even more hate, racism, and anti-Semitism. The level of hypocrisy from these people, man, is crazy. It's crazy. Like, if you were born yesterday, if you're a 6-year-old kid, I can understand you being confused with what's going on. Okay, but the NBA knows well what's going on. LeBron James, he should know well what's going on. This is an imperialist thing, right? It's an imperialist thing. There's a genocide going on right now as we speak in Gaza, right? It's a genocide. It's not a war. Israel is one of the most powerful armies in the world and has the most powerful allies with them, right? And they're fighting Palestine, which doesn't even have an army, okay? Israel has been murdering and exiling thousands of Palestinians for the past 75 years, okay? If you look at the death tolls over the past 10, 20, 30, 40 years, it's not even close. It doesn't even come close. Okay, right now, as I speak, they're bombing hospitals. They're bombing hospitals. They're killing civilians. That's what they've been doing for the past 75 years, though, right? And now there's one thing that happens in October 7th, and everybody goes, oh my God, peace, stop war. We're against terrorism. The hypocrisy is crazy. It's through the roof. You know what I'm saying? And all you motherfuckers who are out here saying, both sides, peace on both sides, peace on both sides. You're supporting the terrorists. You're supporting the settler colonial state. And you're supporting genocide. And 20, 30 years from now, even less, 10, 20 years from now, your kids or your grandkids are going to ask you, where were you at? What were you talking about? And you're going to be on the wrong side of history. What's happening right now is horrible. Not only are we letting it happen, we're over here in our little comfort, you know, in the Western world or wherever we're at, within our little comfort, and we're not even raising our voices, we're not doing shit about it. Not only are we letting it happen, but so many people, I'm not gonna say so many others, so many people are not only letting it happen, they're supporting it. They're supporting the shit. Floyd Mayweather, the king of coons, over here talking about he's the real champion, talking about he's greater than Muhammad Ali, all this shit. Sending planes to Israel, posting a fist with the Israeli flag on Instagram. LeBron James, I just said, dropping a statement, condemning terrorism. You haven't opened your mouth for the past 75 years about Israel dropping bombs on children in Palestine. Same with the NBA, you haven't done that, but now you want to stop it. And let me say one more thing, man. I'm not gonna get deep into the subject. Educate yourself on what's going on, but it's a genocide what's going on over there. It's horrible. And the Vital Hoops Podcast, we always gonna stand with oppressed people. We're always gonna be against the oppressor. And speaking of genocide, there's another genocide that's been going on for years and years that no one wants to talk about, that's going on in the Congo. We also have to be mindful of that. We're losing children out there. We're losing mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, our brothers and sisters, okay? And it's all for mineral resources, okay? It's for mineral resources. So stay woke, keep your eyes open, see what's going on, understand what's going on around us, okay? And watch what you're supporting. Watch what you're silent about, okay? Because once again, the oppressor doesn't even need you to speak up for him. He just needs you to stay silent. Just needs you to stay quiet and say, we just want peace. We want peace on both sides. There's no peace without justice. It doesn't exist. It can be. Okay. Now this is tough, but I had to speak on it because it is reality. It's what's going on in our world today. And like I said, everything is political. So we had to get to it a little bit. Listen, I do want to mention the WNBA Finals. WNBA Finals are happening right now. By the time this pod drops, it might be over. It might be over, but it may not. It might still be going on. Right now, as I speak, the Las Vegas Aces are beating the New York Liberty 2-1. New York was able to win a home game for the first time. They won Game 3, and I'm hearing that it is very hyped in New York City at the Barclays Center. But yeah, congrats to all those ladies, man. They're hooping. It's the most watched WNBA Finals ever, I believe. So they're growing. That's good. The women's game is growing. It's a beautiful thing. We love to see the ladies ball out, without a doubt. The NBA season is starting next week. I was gonna actually do a complete breakdown of the NBA season, but they kind of disgusted me. And plus, my guest wasn't able to make it today. He'll be on in the next few weeks. He'll definitely be back on, and we'll talk a little bit NBA basketball and everything that's going on. I just want to mention that when Banyama has been balling in preseason, yeah, he's been balling. He's been balling. Some people didn't expect him to be this good. We'll see what he does. The real season hasn't started yet. We'll see what he's able to do, but he's looking good. He's looking good. He was working this summer and everything, so it's paying off. Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. Some people don't see it working with Giannis. I really thought he was going to go to Miami. I really thought he was going to go to the Heat because that's what he wanted, and I thought he wasn't going to be satisfied in Milwaukee. But I guess he is. He's saying he is. He wants to play with Giannis. We'll see how that works. We'll see how it works out. I think they are going to be good. I do think it's going to work. I don't know about championship good, but I think they're going to be top 2 teams in the East, and they'll make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals as long as everyone is healthy. So I do think they're going to be good. We'll see. The Celtics are going to be very good. Got Drew Holiday over there. Porzingis is playing well. Celtics are going to be good. Warriors with Chris Paul, same thing. Many people don't know if it's going to work. They don't know if Chris Paul will come off the bench or start. You know what I'm saying? I think it can work. I think it can work either way. Once again, I've said this before because these are such great players. They'll know how to adapt. They want to win. But I think it would work best if CP3 came off the bench, and was like a huge second spark, controlling the squad, controlling the tempo of the game and everything. But we'll see how Steve Kerr makes that work. The couple more teams, the Denver Nuggets, they're going to be good. Nobody wants to talk about them right now, but they're back. They're pretty much back. They might have lost 1 or 2 pieces, but they're back and they're going to be a contender. They're going to be one of the top teams. Suns, their big 3 serious. They might be missing a little bit of depth, and they might be missing a little bit of defense. That's the one thing, though. Might be missing a little bit of defense, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I think if they stay healthy, they're going to be very good as well. See how that plays out. Okay. The other thing is, Team USA, they're all looking to come to Paris. Everybody's calling it the Avengers, this and that. They got everyone, Steph Curry, Durant, LeBron, and now they got Joel Embiid too. Joel Embiid, who got the French nationality not too long ago, who said he might want to play for France. He got the nationality and everything. He ended up saying he wanted to play for the USA. He justified it saying something about his kids. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but he said, for my kids, blah, blah, blah. I didn't get that. But anyway, good for him if he wants to play for the USA. I wish he would have played for Cameroon, not France, not the USA, but Cameroon. But apparently he's going to go play for the USA. Good for him. We'll see how that plays out in the Olympics in Paris. So that's it. That's about it for today. I do have a book recommendation. And also, the new Pan-African Magazine just dropped, okay? The Pan-African Magazine is the conscious weapon of the masses. This is number 25, right, of the Pan-African Magazine. And number 26 just dropped. So I encourage you to please support. You know what I'm saying? It is the online magazine of the Pan-African League Umoja. Like I said, yeah, number 26 just dropped. I'm gonna have the link down in the bio. If you can support, you know what I'm saying? If you can read French, definitely check it out. If you cannot read and you still want to support, you know what I'm saying, get it. We appreciate it. Definitely check out the link. Also, I did contribute in this new number 26 of the Pan-African Magazine. I did contribute on a little article about the resurgence of Pan-Africanism. But it's a good online magazine overall. So please definitely check it out. Some Pan-African consciousness and a good read. All right. My book recommendation is From Black Power to Pan-Africanism from Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture. Okay, this is a great book. It has a foreword by Mumia Abu-Jamal. Free Mumia, by the way, and all political prisoners. But yeah, this is a great book, From Black Power to Pan-Africanism. And it's also important to check this out because as all this is going on, we have to understand that African liberation has always been in solidarity with Palestinian liberation. But yeah, definitely check this out. Stokely Speaks. It's called Stokely Speaks, From Black Power to Pan-Africanism. Before I go, I want to leave you with a quote by Malcolm X. It says, "This is the media, an irresponsible media. It will make the criminal look like he's the victim and make the victim look like he's the criminal. If you aren't careful, the media will have you hating the people that are being oppressed and loving the people that are doing the oppressing. This is the sort of propaganda tactic that I would call psychological warfare." Malcolm X. Think about that one. That's a good one. Don't listen to mainstream media. Turn off the TV, turn off the radio. Get to these books. All right. VitalHoops.net. Check us out at VitalHoops Podcast on Instagram. Please follow us. Shoot us an email, VitalHoopsPodcast@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, criticism. We appreciate you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Share this on your socials. You know what I'm saying? 100% independent. Vital Hoops is for the culture. Peace.